Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be organizing Dinosaur World, published by Pandasaurus Games and designed by Brian Lewis, David McGregor, and Marissa Misura. Now, with that being said, this is the Kickstarter edition of the game. It is fully sleeved, and it also has all of the expansions contained in a single box. Before we start, I do want to mention that there is about an inch of lid lift on the box. That is because of the types of organizers that we're going to be using inside. Now, you can reduce this lid lift by using plastic bags, but it will impede the speed of gameplay setup, so you have to do that at your own risk. All links to all of the organizers will be in the description below. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, we lift the lid off here, and you'll see that we have a couple of organizers that are going to keep things organized for us. First off, on the right side here, we have some Stonemaier containers. They're going to contain all of your danger tokens, and these are really nice because you can simply put some in the top here, and then put some on one side of the table and one on the other. Very nice for organizational purposes and making it so everybody can reach, because this game is pretty dang big, so having a container with that stuff available is pretty dang nice. We're going to do the same thing with this other container, and these are going to have our metal coins inside. And you're going to go ahead and pour some into this pile, and that way everybody has them in easy reach. I really like these metal coins. They're nice and organized here, and they're also different colors as well as different shapes, so it's much easier to tell them apart. Great choices here when it comes to the deluxe edition upgrades. Up next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at these two larger organizers. This first one you can get at the Dollar Tree. Once again, links in the description below. And this is going to contain all of your meeples of all your different colors. So we have all of the expansion meeples, as well as all of your base game meeples for the different types. Really nice, so you can see easily what is what, and you can reach in and grab the one that you need. Very easy to set on the side of the table, and you can simply request what you want. There's a nice reference in the rulebook that will tell you which animal is actually which dinosaur, because it's kind of hard to figure out the difference between the different types. So very nice, all fits nicely in here, super well done. Up next, we have this smaller organizer, and inside you're going to see that we have all of the workers, the boredom tokens, as well as the algae tokens in here from the expansion. These are really nice because they have a curved base, so it's easy to pull out the pieces you need, and these tokens are very small, so it can sometimes be hard to pull out the specific pieces you need. So this is really nice. During the specific phase, you just simply grab this tray, put it in the center, and then people will get what they need because you won't be actually taking from the center at that time. So really nice, easy to move, easy to pick up. Once again, links in the descriptions below. Up next, we have our cardboard components. First off, we have our excitement level and victory points track. We've got our rulebook, and a really cool thing about the rulebook, inside it has all of the expansion content in here, so you can actually go ahead and throw away all of the rulebooks for the expansions because they are included in that base rulebook. Super nice. We then have all of our cardboard trays here, our large square ones for all the different park tiles. And then underneath that, we have all of your player boards, and these are going to contain all of your DNA storage, as well as your Jeeple, your security, and your threat tracks. These are all going to be there for the 4 different player colors. Up next, you're going to have all of your personal boards for your private action phases for all the different player colors. And then you're going to see that we just have all of the tiles. And these tiles in particular, you want to make sure that this bottom level is a little bit lower because you're actually going to slot in these here and they're going to fit nicely into this section. So you want to have it so that there's a discrepancy of about 4 tiles. And that way these fit snugly in here and you have a nice flat surface. And you can kind of see that here with that little angle, but they should fit nicely on top here. And then with the rest of the tiles here, you're going to organize them by type. So this bottom one here, you're going to have all of your creature tiles. So these are for all the different dinosaur types. And then the same thing on this right side, all of your creature tiles. So all your creature tiles, and then the park entrance and welcome center for each player will be in these bottom 2. And then these upper ones you're going to have separated by type as well. So you've got all of your different park, your always available types for each player, your merchandise and your rides and whatnot. And then you're also going to have any expansion content you want separated, you can leave separate. Like these are the water dinos. We don't necessarily like playing with them, so we put them to the side. Up next, we have all of your special tiles. So these are your bees, once again organized by that specific letter. That way it's easy to get set up started. And then the rest here, we have some more of those security tiles, as well as more bees, and then your A's, so that you're ready to get going. So those are all the tiles in this main section. I actually really like this container because it keeps them nice and snug, and it also keeps them flat, so it's easy to store stuff. In this left section here, you're going to have your first player marker, as well as all of your different dice in here for the different expansions. because you're really going to need these every game, so it's easy to just leave them in here. That way you can grab them and then when you need them. You also have your round marker in there just so you don't lose it with the other components. So those all fit in that bottom left corner, all of your dice as well as your first player and round marker. On this right side here, you're going to have 2 of your player components bags, and these are going to contain your Jeeple, your different excitement tokens, and your cubes, as well as your Jeeple bonuses. You have all of these stored in the bags. The other 2 are in this small section up there. You're just going to have them all bagged up so you can just toss them to the player and get ready to go. On this right side here, right up, you're going to have a bag, and this is going to contain all of your dice. You put them all in the bag every round, so you might as well go ahead and just leave them in there where it's in storage. So super nice, really nice cloth bag. Underneath that, we have all of the reference cards. These are tarot size, so I'll make sure to leave a link in the description for those. And then I do want to let you know that there are some errors with your cards here, particularly the reference cards. Go ahead and take a look at the Dinosaur World page on Board Game Geek. There will be erratas that you can print off and simply slide into those sleeves and cover up the incorrect errors. So a big thing that you should see here is that they have the wrong color of Meeple here in the Jeeple garage, so you can go ahead and print off something and cover it up so that it says the correct thing. So they do have that available. Go ahead and find those in the description below. And then the last thing, this upper left section here, this is going to contain all of your objective cards, and you can just shuffle these into one big pile until you deal the correct number, an A, a B, and a C. So it's not too bad if you shuffle them up, or you can separate them, up to you. We also have a promo card here if you decide to use the recruiter. So that one is separated as well. Your worker database cards, these are going to contain all of the workers that come out that you can pick from each round. And then we have our solo AI cards, as well as your solo different cards here, your different specialists for solo mode. So you will not use these in the base game, so you just want to group these together with all the solo components. And then lastly, we have a silica gel packet in here for freshness. Keep things nice and dry here. We don't want any board warp. So that is everything in our core box. Let's go ahead and pack it up. So first off, we'll start off with that dry packet, and then we'll take all of the solo components and put it in this left side here. We'll then put the worker database cards on top of that, as well as the remainder of our objective cards and then our specialist recruiter cards here. So those will go on this left side. Next, we'll go ahead and take all of our tiles and we'll put them in here like so. We'll simply stack them based on their type, and that way we've got everything fitting snugly in here, and so nothing will be shifting around when we are moving from place to place. So I really like that compactness here. It's going to keep everything where it belongs and relatively well organized here. So make sure to use this one. It's actually an extremely useful tool for keeping things from shifting. Then in this bottom left corner, we're going to put all the dice, that round marker, and that first player token. We're then going to put our player components in this right section and this top section here. Then we're going to go ahead and take our parks and put them on top like so. We'll then take our reference cards and put them at the bottom of this well. And then on top of that, stack all of our dice in the dice bag. We'll then take our player boards, one per color, and we're going to put them on top of this main section here. Up next, we're going to take these large square cardboard tiles, and we're going to place them on top like so. Our rulebook on top of that, and then our excitement and victory point tracker on top of that. We'll then take our 2 large plastic organizers and put them like so. And lastly, we're going to take our Stonemaier containers here and put them on the sides like that. And that is organizing Dinosaur World. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please let me know down in the comments below. How do you organize your copy of Dinosaur World? Thank you so much for watching SideGame Strong.